We load the website and access Try SKUDONET. We fill in the required fields: name, email address, country, and company. Once the form is submitted, a screen appears where we can choose the version we want to download. Here, we can see different formats to deploy the solution on virtual machines: VDI format, Nutanix, Red Hat, Oracle, and OpenStack. Proxmox, Hyper-V, and VMware environments are also supported. When we select the desired format, the system automatically sends an email to the address provided in the form. Therefore, it is very important to register for the demo using a valid email address. This is the evaluation email. It includes a download link that is valid for 7 days. When we download the file, we receive a RAR archive. We extract it, and inside we find an ISO file and a PDF with a brief manual to guide us through the first installation. Once the file is downloaded and the virtual machine or deployment tool is configured, we see the installer's initial screen, the SKUDONET installation ISO. We select the language we prefer. Next, we configure the IP address within the network segment where the virtual machine is deployed. This will be the IP we use to manage the product through the web interface port 444 or via SSH port 22. In this installation example, we configure Google DNS servers. We recommend assigning the same name used for the machine in the hypervisor. Then we enter the domain name and the password we want to use. We set the time zone and continue. We indicate the disk partitioning. In this test environment, we will use the entire disk. However, in a production environment, it would be advisable to perform manual partitioning. When the disk writing and creation process finishes, the installer begins deploying all the required packages for SKUDONET. This process usually takes between 2 and 5 minutes, depending on the resources assigned to the virtual machine. The installation has finished, and we proceed to restart. The virtual machine will automatically eject the virtual CD-ROM disk. After the first login, we access the basic configuration interface. Here, we can see information such as the hostname and the administration network interface. We can also configure a proxy if needed, change the time zone, keyboard layout, restore factory settings, and other options. In general, these are basic adjustments to facilitate remote access. Now we connect to the machine remotely. From here, we have access to the SSH management port and the web administration port 444. We proceed to connect to this web management port. To activate the product, we enter the username and password defined during installation. A window then appears with all the information needed to generate the license. To request the license, we follow the URL indicated in the first installation PDF manual included inside the RAR file. This URL can be found on page 10 of the manual. On the activation page, we fill in the required fields using the information shown in the license window. the machine's hostname, and the email address of the person who requested the trial. This step is important because the system verifies that the user has initiated an evaluation process. Finally, we enter the activation key and submit the form. The platform will display a link to download a file that must be uploaded to the device. We download this file, select it in the activation panel, and activate. With this, SKUDONET Enterprise Edition is fully installed, activated, and ready to run.